let me just get what your thoughts are on this today.
Well, it's an important step in the process, but you know, I really had, in general terms, two requirements that I thought were necessary for this. Is one, our officers, our detectives, doing a very thorough investigation and retrieving all the facts, and then the district attorney, and in this case the attorney general, still to come, reviewing those facts and making a decision based on the law. And so we're still waiting on the attorney generals. But I think today is an important step, but it's also important to recognize that regardless of what the decision was going to be today, the Clark family has lost a son, a grandson, a brother, a father, and us as a community have lost a young man, and us as a police department, we've lost a young man. And there's no way to comprehend, for me to fully comprehend what the family's going through, because that's never happened to me. But it's also challenging for our community, not as much as the family, obviously. But so our commitment is that how do we not only get through here and now and get to the facts and still waiting on the Attorney General's finding, and then get through the emotions of the moment, and but for us as a department and as a community, still having that commitment to finding new ways to do things and ways to better ensure the safety of everybody in our community and our police officers.
I think that's important. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask is, you know, well, where do we go next?
Well, again, we're still waiting on the Attorney General's decision, so hopefully that will come soon. And then we still have the final stages of our internal review of this incident. We've done the initial stages. It's a high-level overview of our organizational performance on that night. There's been some things that have come out already on that we've implemented that I think helps make us better and serve our community better. But we haven't done the final review because we're waiting on the opinions from the district attorney and the attorney general. But shortly after that, we should finish our review. So we'll be done with this incident and try to figure out the facts and if the officers complied with our policies fully, and if not, what. But our commitment is even bigger than that in terms of, okay, what next? How do we better equip our officers through training and policy and equipment to deal with situations like this, so we greatly lessen the possibility of this to happen, because this isn't, you know, not only is it not good for the family, obviously, but this isn't good for our community either. So that's our commitment. How do we ensure to get better? And we're going to move forward together with our community in doing that.
At this point, are you satisfied with the decision today? At this point?
Well, I mean, I watched it just along with everybody else and heard all those the opinions and the analysis for the first time, just like everybody else. So I was digesting that with the rest of our community. On one hand, it seemed like a thorough delivery of the facts, and so I have no reason to believe that it wasn't a thorough review. But other than that, it would be not appropriate for me to comment much more, because we're still waiting on the Attorney General's review. And obviously in this case, which is not typical, where a district attorney and an attorney general are reviewing the case, his role in this case is the same as hers, is to determine whether this was within the law or not. And so we're hoping to see that soon.
Yes, sir. Is there anything like that, sir?
No, I just, you know, as somebody that's lived here my whole life, I love this city and I love this department, and right now we're challenged. And right now we have lost some trust over this. We lost a young man. The Clark family obviously loved a loved one. So, you know, it's not like everything's going to be fine tomorrow, and we realize that. But as the police chief in both a city and a department that I love, my commitment is how do we do things together that will prevent this in the future and have something positive come out of this, so it's not just a tragedy.